jokes are sometime crude and sometime ass. With his wife of 15 years, that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling a 20 and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams to bring joy. And even the facts with his last podcast every week, and stream with his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps.
It's the Bear Thoughts Podcast. We do this every 5 o'clock, every week, Friday, 5 o'clock, CST. Goodness gracious, brain, function. Let's get it. All right, we'll do a quick check. Let's get a Corva. Can we get a little...
¿Qué pasó, mi amigos? Eres de Corvo, ninja.
That sounds like
You know that when you like it when I talk to you this way. Yes. Oh.
I see the little thing moving, so I'm gonna just hope you hear your voice soon.
Oh yeah, we're good. We have the audios of.
Nice. All right. So if you're new to this channel, and you're wanting to see more podcasts, we have over 200 or so episodes. So get to watching. Be sure to like and comment on all of them, all 250 or so. I stopped counting at a certain point. I did. I'm like, what number we at?
Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
I don't know. I show up because, well, I like to talk shit and you listen, so, you know.
Yes.
It works out for me. I mean, it's cheaper than therapy, trust me.
Okay, real quick, Stuffy is at work again tonight.
Yes, tonight, yes.
Okay, quick question.
She'll be there until 2 a.m. in the morning.
So, do they know that your wife is also a very avid fan of going to Orlando, and there will be like sometimes it's just like every year?
Yeah.
She's gonna be just.
Yeah, she's already like this trip up here. When she took this job, the trip that we're about to take, she told them point blank, I cannot take this job if I cannot have these days. Period.
I will be going on vacations. You will be notified well in advance. Unlike some people in some jobs, you tell them well in advance and they'll still find a way to go, yeah, you're not going.
That brings up a different topic we'll talk about at a different time that happened today, but it's kind of hilarious because, you know, do I look like the kind of person that when I say something that I am not serious and I'm not 100% being genuine with what I say?
You're usually on the up and up with your words.
Right. So if I tell you that I am going to do something,
you're gonna do it, regardless
of what you say. That should tell you that I'm gonna do it.
And you're gonna I
ran into a situation where somebody was not real sure. For some reason, they thought that I would say something that I was gonna do something, and that they were gonna say, "No, you can't," and I still wasn't gonna do it. I'm like, you're not understanding what I am telling you.
Here, let me show you.
I have made it clear that I will take this action regardless of what the fuck you say, but you still gonna tell me I ain't gonna do it. Okay, so you don't know who you talking to. You need to go talk to some people that's been here for a minute so you understand the world that you're in.
Bitch got no balls. I got balls. Try me. Corvo knows exactly how I feel about when people like try to test that whether I'm gonna do something or not.
Okay, we'll do it real quick. So I had, the trip that's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Somebody made a comment that about something along the lines of, what if they decided they weren't gonna pay you for those days? I'm like, I'm still fucking going on my trip. They're like, no, you wouldn't. You ain't gonna go on a trip that you don't get and not get paid. I'm like, bitch, look in my eyes and understand what I'm telling you. I've paid for this trip. I am going on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as to whether I get to come back here after that trip, that might be a you decision. But whether I go on the trip or not, that is not a you decision. You don't get to qualify that shit. That's not how that works.
All this will stop you, and I'm not trying to give anybody no ideas, but if you show up to his house and slash all 4 of his tires, it might be a wrinkle. Might be. But I guarantee
It's
you they'll
gonna
still find a
delay
way
me
to
a
get the
day. It's gonna delay me a day. You know why? Because I'm gonna jack that motherfucker up, take them tires off, and get a ride up to the tire place, and I'll leave the next fucking day. But I'm still going.
So don't give no ideas, but yeah, maybe next day he shows up at your house because he has cameras all around it. So good luck. He just showed me today what a 3D can print for his little pew pews, and they're fun. So, anyways,
I got one or two.
One or two? Yeah, one or two of them.
1 or 2 dozen.
Yeah. Law. Anyways, okay, so
Anyway.
this past week, and I'm sure a lot of people have been seeing it, because I've been seeing it, whether or not I wanted to or not. Nintendo has some leaks of some footage of the upcoming Legend of Zelda movie, live action movie with the 2 actors,
Right.
which my wife said the 2 actors look good. They're not well-known named actors, but they look good.
Yep.
So the question is, now that we saw some footage and Nintendo has now put out some official things, what is our thoughts on which series, universe, or more like timeline of Zelda did they choose? And that is the primary question for anybody who wants to join in with your thoughts. Which was
a big debate.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead with yours, and I'm gonna go pull up some footage and maybe I can show them in chat.
I was taking a look, and then one of the images, the actress playing Zelda is wearing a more blue style tunic.
Yes.
Okay. Which lends itself more towards a Breath of the Wild, right?
Mm.
And I think we can all agree with that. However, in that same image, Link was wearing a green tunic,
Which is his iconic tunic. It's always the green.
But if you remember in Breath of the Wild, he starts with a blue tunic.
Yeah.
So, but here's the kicker. They gave him green, but the design on the tunic is Breath of the Wild. So, are we green historically doing an older version? Are we Breath of the Wild because of the design? Or is somebody at Nintendo saying, I'm gonna fuck with some people because this is gonna confuse them? Now, I personally think it's gonna be a Breath of the Wild. However, I know people are going, but the tunic is green. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If there was one modification you're gonna do to Link in Breath of the Wild that they didn't do, he's known for that green tunic, right?
Yes.
So if you're doing that one modification, you want to give him the nostalgia of Link, but still do Breath of the Wild. You give him a green tunic, but give him the design from Breath of the Wild. Say, here's your classic-esque looking Link, but he's still in Breath of the Wild. That's my opinion. However, there is a huge group out there that is all about, well, it's green, it's got to be Ocarina of Time or something along the lines, because nobody thinks they're going to do Twilight Princess, mainly because it's more of an adult-style Legend of Zelda game, and they know kids are going to want to go see this, and, you know, that's where that is. So, if it is green, and green does signify timeline, the next best one to me would be Ocarina of Time. However, I truly think that the most evident giveaway is going to be Zelda. Because in almost every Zelda, she's wearing some kind of imperial garb, some kind of, dress or something, right?
She's very ladylike.
Except for when she is Sheik in Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild, where she comes out with pants, boots, a blue tunic, let's go, let's do this adventure, okay?
Yes.
All the others, she's in a nice, beautiful dress. So I think the most critical information we can get from this picture is the fact that she was not wearing a dress, one.
Yeah.
And that her tunic was blue.
Yes. That would probably be the closest ties. I don't see Link wearing his hats. So the hats are usually like a indicator too of color, style, and length. And he always does have gloves on, but he doesn't always have fabric between gloves and his shirt or his tunic.
Right.
As well, which is something new.
That mainly started with like Twilight Princess, if you remember, because it was almost like a chainmail mesh between his gloves and his tunic.
Yeah.
There. So I'm thinking I can't help myself. I'm thinking that it's going to be Breath of the Wild. It's definitely not Tears of the Kingdom, or else the arm that was closest to us would not have looked like his arm.
No. And it's not all water based. So we know it's not going to be, I want to say Skyward Sword. Wind Waker? Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
I don't see, of course, the footage, like the footage of them, like the actors walking around. They're in a forest. So I'm like, okay, still very heavily greenery areas. So I'm like, okay, it has to be one that's not in a weird setting like those two, or
right.
I don't see no train anywhere, so that'd have been really weird. There's some. We're all kind of just biting at the details here, but yes, I kind of agree with you. Stealthy probably would have her parts, but yeah, I feel like this is a heavily more Princess Zelda being more free from her usual ladylike attire.
No, I mean, and then here's the other thing. In other games, how many other games does she actually travel with Link at all?
I don't think it's very much any of the games she's traveling with them. He's always trying to get to her. She didn't really start traveling with him until Breath of the Wild. However, there is a cog that I'm going to throw in here. Okay.
And this is completely shoot from the hip, most likely not it, but if it turns out to be it, it'd be funny as shit.
Yeah.
There is an entire area of the game prior to Breath of the Wild where they traveled together a lot.
Oh yeah, when they
and
were
we're talking Age of Calamity, we're talking when the champions were still alive and they were having to battle through hordes of fucking enemies and ancient armors and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, nobody says it can't be Hyrule Warriors that they're doing the movie out of, right?
Oh yeah, because people don't really see it like the Hyrule Warriors as canonical.
Because Hyrule Warriors technically took place right before Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Because you have the ability to use the champions. It is before they died. So there is a real chance that if they put champions in there that aren't dead or ghostly, we may be looking at pre-Breath of the Wild. We may be looking at Hyrule Warriors type time frame.
But Nintendo has a thing about weird timelines when it comes to Zelda games. Just because everybody there's technically, if you go off of the games, between what has happened and what will happen, and this sounds weird, it's timey-wimey, there's 3 different timelines with Zeldas.
Yeah.
I hope to God they don't add a 4th one to this during this movie. because like they do not like doing something that always spins off of another game. Like getting Majora's Mask was like one of the few times I ever went, oh, this is right after that. Wow, this is right after Ocarina of Time. That's not normal. And they go, oh, here's Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Now a movie about them. I'm gonna be like, holy shit, Nintendo, please do this more. Prequels and sequels. Yes, thank you. Breath of the Wild was the first time. It did it a long time.
Think about it like this. Like I said, I know that Twilight Princess was more of an adult game, but I would pay good money to see that as a movie.
Oh yeah, yes.
I mean,
yes.
I would pay good money to see that because that would make a awesome movie.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, that's not the only cringy one. I mean, you got Majora's Mask. That fucking moon creeped me out for years. You know?
I still love it. Love
and
it.
You have, then honestly, it's not as creepy from the aspect that it's dark, but it is kind of creepy from the aspect of how the villain works. Like Skyward Sword. Bro, I'm gonna tell you now, if a motherfucker got a sword in his hand and his tongue can wrap around it 4 times and he looks at me like a snack, we throwing hands. Fuck a sword. Bitch, I'm getting up close, I'm gonna beat you down.
Yeah, I could totally see like that'd be unsettling. But yeah, I am hoping if I could be so bold. I think it's like I love Breath of the Wild. I do. But something in my heart just goes, please be Ocarina of Time somewhere, somehow. Maybe they're not like kids in like, because these two right here are not kids in this photos of them. Even though the boy looks pretty damn young. I'm just gonna start at that. He looks young. She looks older than him. I don't know. That says a lot.
She looked like she looked like she might could teach him a few things that he ain't even imagined yet.
Yeah, but I'm like, I would love Ocarina of Time. I think this it's such a staple. But I know people love Breath of the Wild, and I know it's the new hot button right now. Well, not really hot button right now, but like it's the newest of the new. So they might want to go that route. Now, could Orlando make a theme park from this movie and give a lot of people more hints? I could see that happening. Just gonna throw it out there because
I'm just gonna throw this out there in case y'all didn't know. They're not done building. Epic shit is still being built. And as this man has seen in my videos of the park, there are Easter eggs all over the fucking place of Zelda.
Yeah, and it's
so I foresee something Zelda coming.
Yeah, and you not notice all that stuff being they're mostly akin to Ocarina of Time stuff like that.
Right.
The pictures are clearly Ocarina of Time. Some of the merchandise is clearly Ocarina of Time. Breath of the Wild, whether it's still Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf, are totally different styles, which is cool. But there's something about the iconics that a lot of people have in their mind, what they originally first saw in 3D, mind you, not in pixel art. I just have like my brain just going, are they eluding it, or are they just going, okay, this is Zelda stuff, here we go. Like we ain't hinting at anything. We're just here.
Or this would not be a shocker. They put out a movie, but the park that they contracted with Nintendo to do is from a completely different timeline, like Ocarina of Time. So let's say they make a Breath of the Wild movie, but when they open up the park, it's based on Ocarina of Time. I can see Nintendo pulling that.
Well, I could see a ride. Oh, that's a good question right now. What ride themes of Zelda would you want to see?
Okay, so you gotta. Oh man, there's so many you could do.
I would say, for me, it has to be a Majora's Mask, but it has to be one of those moving 3D goggle ones. My brain.
I would love to see like a coaster from Death Mountain And I'd love you to have to wear goggles so when you're riding the coaster, you see like the boulders flying out and flying by you and shit.
People are going out crazy ever since Thanksgiving can't start coming around. Okay, so but, yeah, I want to see like then maybe like a little water ride of some sort with the boat from Skyward Sword, or Wind Waker. You know, like a little going down and splashing kind of ride. I you know, that would be good for them, water themed of some sort. Maybe the Skyward Sword, we have more like one of those free floating body rides for Skyward Sword, you know, flying through the sky, through the skies. Let's see. Yeah, I could totally see like a whole. There's so many games of Zelda they could throw into place. Of course, you can have one of them.
They could have a roller coaster and it be based on Impalna jumping the fucking fences.
Yeah. Yeah, there could be kids ride. So I could see them easily. Of course, they have to have just like, you know, the Mario Land, have the Zelda Hyrule Castle. You know, that would be where one of the rides are in.
Imagine those bands. So you know those bands that we got, they work in the Mario area and in Donkey Kong. What if they expanded it so where you walk by and broke fake pots and you got rupees?
you hit it and the pot like fake breaks open and ding, a little ruby spinning around and then it closes back up and next person ding.
Yep.
Yeah, I could totally, that would be sick. You can't pick them up and go, ha! You know, that would be fun too, but
no, maybe, but I back up and go, ha! Like I'm gonna hit that shit.
Yeah, and let's see. Maybe have like a sword with it. Set, you know, if you want to buy the sword instead of the watch, you have a little sword and pop it.
Well, wait! I got one for them. They sell a sword attachment. You can pop your watch off and pop it in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And let's see. For the Epona ride, you have the ranch. Is it called ranch? Is it called?
It's called shit. I can't remember what the name of the ranch was.
Yes. Well, you have the ranch from Ocarina of Time. Have the ranch area. You go in there. Let's say you want to be really, really twisted with it and have live animals there, which I'm not saying that would be a bad idea, but I don't know how live animals and kids, they don't always work when they're screaming.
They definitely need to make like an area where they have cuckoos that are like animated, and then when you kick one, they all like fucking flock you.
Yeah,
mommy, look.
Somebody walk around, like, then a little cuckoo smack him in the face, like, what the fuck? Somebody just punted one. God. Maybe throw in some, like, the classic, Nintendo 64, not 64, Super Nintendo Zeldas. Forgetting the name of the Super Nintendo Zelda version. Dang it, which one was it?
One and two was on NES. Three had what was on three? What was on the Super NES? Because N64 or either was it N64 or GameCube that first dropped Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina of Time was 64. Okay, let's see. This is what I'm thinking about. A Link to the Past. That's what I'm thinking about for Super Nintendo. Like have like one theme of there, and have like maybe the witch that gives you the golden sword. That would be pretty cool. Oh, damn. Okay. But yeah, that's the one most people do, or they do the one that everybody hates, the cringy one. I forget the name of it. Was based off the Excuse Me, Princess. It was Zelda 2, I know, but I don't remember the name of it. Jesus. Been a long time.
You had the Legend of Zelda, and then you had the second one literally said Link's Adventure, I think, or some shit like that. Because Legend of Zelda was had the gold cartridge with the red lettering, and then the other one had the gold cartridge with blue lettering.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Link's Awakening. Yeah, that was the one. Okay, so yeah, I there's so many games they could easily pull from, and of course have some people walking around like Link, have like Zelda, and then Skull Kid, Ganondorf, Meppa, I forget her name.
Mipha?
Mipha from Twilight Princess. I can see the Twilight Princess ride being 3D. There's just so many games that had so many moments that I'm thinking on the top of my head that there were kind of like first person, and you could easily make a first person ride from it. Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
When you go around shooting the ghosts.
I got one for you. You know how they like to do the rides, right? Where you like kind of like the one we did with Minions, where you're shooting while you're on the conveyor belt and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember in Ocarina of Time where you had to ride Epona and shoot the fucking targets for the Gerudo women before they would let you do certain things?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Or
You got a
or the hunting of the ghosts that you have to do to get your wallet.
the Pogos.
Yeah, those
Pogos,
are fucking hard as shit. Like they could easily take the whole thing and just make it like different section, and as if Link is going through the world, and at the end of it you fight Ganondorf and you have to, shoot him with the light arrow from Zelda that you get to try to defeat him, even though you can literally just defeat him with the sword. I still can't get over the fact that you can pretty much beat Ganondorf in the new Breath of the Wild with the stick if you wanted to. It's like, no, the sword's supposed to be the only one that can defeat him. Nope, mighty stick if you want to. Be stubborn. You can do that.
I killed him. I killed him the first time I did Breath of the Wild. I purposely didn't use the sword. Not you say that. Because my thought process was, bitch, I went through all this trouble to get this sword. I'm not wasting it on your little punk ass. So I did something. I don't remember what I did. I used something else, but I literally used every weapon in my inventory except the Master Sword to kill that bitch, because I was like, I didn't even pull my sword, bitch.
And okay, I know I said this theory before, but what if in this movie, this theory finally comes to play? My theory is the only one that can actually kill Ganondorf, to actually keep him coming back alive and break the cycle, is Zelda herself. What if she kills Ganondorf in this movie?
That would be fucking hilarious. But I got something that I dropped on my oldest child the other day, because he was playing and he was bitching about Koroks. Because a Korok will pop up when every fucking where you don't even want to see them bitches. You're trying to do something else and boom, there's a Korok.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, son, I want you to think about something. He said, what? I said, you've dropped rocks on Koroks, set them bitches on fire, you've launched them, you've done everything you could possibly do to kill one of these motherfuckers. They ain't dead. They survived everything that Ganon did to this land. They ain't dead.
Yes.
So explain to me why we didn't just send an army of fucking Koroks with sticks into that castle and just whip that bitch's ass. You can't kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't die.
Then again, I've seen little people like in certain other games literally take cuckoos to fight beings that are really tough and drag them all the way over to creatures and have the cuckoos kill them. So let the cuckoos rise.
The two things that you don't want to fuck with is an immortal Korok and an immortal fucking cuckoo. Because they can't die. They don't die. They're in every fucking game. They never die. Everything goes down. Humans and elves, they die. Not a fucking Korok. Not a goddamn cuckoo. Bitches is like blessed by the gods or some shit. Why ain't we using them? Why we gotta have this teenage boy run around all damn year to find a fucking sword and then bust his ass to use that sword to kill this dude without dying, when we could have just said, hey, send me 1,000 Koroks that way. Just tell him to wipe out that motherfucker. Be done with it.
Yeah. There's gonna come a point in time it's to be like a run-on joke, but somebody's gonna be like in the game, going, yeah, I'm researching these mighty Karoks, the mighty cuckoos, the immortal mortal enemies of all mankind, the true villains of all the games, how they use their powers for greater good.
Hey, think about this shit. Think about this. So the Karoks can't die. So they've seen how this shit started, right? They've seen how it all started. They've watched all this destruction through all these timelines, and they ain't done shit. That's the evilest shit that you can be. Like, Ganon is not the bad guy, guys. The fucking Karoks. They let this shit happen over and over again.
Jeez, I'm thinking about a real life scenario to like a certain group of people that have been living from your generation, pulling the strings behind everything for the generation. They're like the what is the name of the group? The group with the order with the pyramid.
Oh, you're talking about the Illuminati.
Yeah, they're like the Illuminati, just like all powerful, all knowing, and they've been through everything. And they're the real reason for all the shit be going down in the background. And they've just been watching the entire time, just going, yes,
okay, I know that you're not a television series watcher.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody that is listening, they will get this reference. It's like God in Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
God in Supernatural literally created 100 different multiverses with 100 different Earths, right? You know why? Because he was watching the same two motherfuckers on all of them because they were entertaining. And he never did shit to stop anything because he wanted to see what happened next.
Yeah.
just sat there and watched it. He could have done this shit. No. And it'd been over with. Hell no. They just sitting back like, look, there goes that damn elf again. I guess he got reincarnated. Wonder how this shit's gonna work out this time.
I should have made it a little more challenging. Maybe instead of a sword, give him like a popsicle stick.
It's like Breath of the Wild. You go from the ability in the first Breath of the Wild to generate bombs that you can bowl with and throw, to Tears of the Kingdom where you got to go back to picking bomb plants. You can't bowl with them bitches, and you better throw them at the right time. Some Karoks say, "Yeah, we made it too easy last time. Let's change it up a little bit."
I bet to God that some Nintendo developer was watching people like Stealthy and seeing how they always fight and went, "We gotta put a stop to this. This is just cheating. This is just not even right. They didn't even do anything. They're just up at high points sniping people with bombs. Let's just remove that."
Yeah, I mean, what, you know, Stealthy with a fucking bow. Bitch never hardly break out her sword. She'll take a bow and shoot halfway across the map and hit a bitch in the eye. And you're like, he didn't even know you was there. Like, that took the fun out of it. She just tickled at me because I'll go running up there.
Yeah, man, me too.
You know? And she's like, "Why are you doing that? You're going to get yourself killed." I'm like, "That's part of the challenge of the game." She said, "No, the challenge of the game is to kill them and them not even know you there." I'm like, see, that shit scares me. That's why you can play shit like Dishonored and do Ghost. You know? It's not natural.
You can imagine that. Well, okay, quick thing, we'll move on here. But I'm just like, imagine if Nintendo actually kept track of you, had you killed things in the game. And because you were killing things different in the game, just like a lot of other ones, Nintendo said, "Okay, different ending. Since you were all Miss Snipey all time, or Miss Unseen Killer, for the bomb kills or the faraway shots. Now that you did that, the ending change." That'd be great. I just say I would welcome the day where there's actual more games that have different endings depending on your actions.
I agree with that a whole lot. I mean, that's why I liked playing the Quarry so much, because fuck up. All you gotta do is change one decision. Just one. Just don't cut his arm off and watch what happens.
Do it one time, bitch. You're gonna see it real quick. But all right, okay. So, was there another one for you? I forget. I think there was.
Yeah, the other one was my subscription rant.
Okay, so what happened there? What happened there?
Okay, so Stealthy has a subscription, just the basic subscription, so that we can do stuff like play the old NES games and or the old Super Nintendo games, right?
Yes.
So last night, I was going to play Ocarina of Time. It is on the N64.
Yes.
So we go in, we download the little thing that says, you know, you can play N64 games.
Bad.
Cool. Go to download the game. Says play for free, right?
Okay.
No. Because to get the N64 or GameCube, you have to have the Nintendo Plus subscription. Yeah, it's free to play as long as you have that next tier up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I wanted to show the kids what Ocarina of Time looked like, you know? Or Wind Waker or some of those, because they were really, really young when we played those.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, wanting to show it to them, and I'm saying, okay, we're already paying this for this subscription. Why'd you even let me download the module for it if I wasn't going to be able to play the game without stepping up my tier? Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I
mean, and don't misunderstand me, guys. I'm saying this. I'm angry from a lazy standpoint. Do you understand? I have a GameCube. In my GameCube, I have Ocarina of Time. I have Twilight Princess. I have Wind Waker. I can play them. But I didn't want to go through the trouble to pull all of that out to hook it up. The whole purpose of this was to make it easy for you to play it. However, now that ease is like, it's not like it used to be. You pay the low tier. Now you got to move up a tier to get the next two consoles.
Yes. I was having this problem. Like I said, I've told you before, I had the problem with Nintendo subscription because I was getting it through a mutual friend, mind you. They were kind enough to add me to their family plan, which was cool because they had like up to like so many people, and I was playing some of the classic games on there. But at some point, they weren't able to pay for it no more. Not on me. It's not, you know, hey, they couldn't do it. I didn't blame them. But I wanted to go play, continue on playing some of my games on there. Because I was playing Ocarina of Time. I was playing Majora's Mask. I was playing some of the other little games on there. And I go on there after done playing it. And because he lost subscription, I was no longer able to access those games. I'm going, what's the purpose of that? You're no longer, it's no longer, you're paying for subscription. But you're paying for subscription to have access to these games. But as soon as you lost subscriptions, you lost access to games. Like, okay, so we're renting the games? What's the need of that? Like, if you're someone who has all these games and they play all these games and they are a subscriber, at what point do you start to actually own the things that you're getting access to? And I'm like, I don't like that. I like to be able to just, if I have to, let me pay $5. I'll pay $5. Why? Because I don't think you should be paying full price for a game that's over 20 years old. Let me just buy for a couple dollars and let me put it on my console and let me play the game. If I already have the, like you, I don't want to drag out my 64. I don't want to drag out my Super Nintendo. I just want to just have a quick, easy access to it. If I want the physical copy, which I still have it, I'll go do that. But I don't want to. So let me just download it and keep it. But or make a bundle pack, you know, one little pack of 64 games. It has like 60 games or so on it, and then as long as it's not a digital card, make it an actual physical card with actual memory on the card. Did you? Okay, real quick rant. You remember the digital cards? Like I told you, like they're not really actual cards and have nothing in it, and they just put it in the console and it starts downloading the game. It's just a chip. There's a game. Nintendo promised that all their games would be physical games. I forget what game it is, so someone look that up if you want to. They did come out with a game just this past week or so, and it was not physical at all. It was just a chip card, and they have cards that could hold the entire game onto a chip. And Nintendo, the company themselves that makes the chips, that makes the cards, that makes the everything, decided cheap out and say, oh, yeah, this is a full price game, and can't even bother to put it on an actual physical cartridge. even though they have access to all of it, and they promised their buyers that all their games would all be physical.
Right.
And Nintendo lied, and people were upset about it, rightfully so. For Nintendo Switch 2, I was like, God, I feel like I have more and more reasons why I will probably never get a Nintendo Switch 2, even though there's the games like the new Hyrule Warriors Zelda game that came out that apparently was apparently really good. Love to play that. Probably never will be able to play it because of this kind of marketing and this kind of publicity. It's just killing the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't want anything to fail. I don't, but at this point, I feel like Nintendo needs a kick in the balls before they wake up again and start realizing this is not going to work. Even Steam, a company that's all digital, is now making a console. You see that? They're making a console that's also a PC that can play all the Steam games at high resolutions. And a goggle set that's without like trackers, but trackers everything else. That's a computer inside of it. It's like, God, they understand what's up. You buy your game, you keep it. It's yours.
Yep. What it boils down to is they think they found a way to get more money out of it. Period.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but that's one little side rant. Boy. Okay, so let's just go back here in the thoughts. And I know you as well as I think I do. And you've met these people yourself. And my wife was coming to me and asking me a certain question. And her question was, at what point does an adult make a theme like Disneyland their whole life and personality? Because let me give you a rundown here. So she had an employee that had a friend, whatnot, that loved Harry Potter or loves Harry Potter. He dresses like Harry Potter. He has Harry Potter merchandise on all the time. He has a wand. His house is that way. And there's some also Disney people houses like the little Airbnb we went to. Everything was Disney themed. But that's a hotel. But we're talking about people's actual homes like that. Everything has to be in that theme.
So I'm gonna put this in a scope for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a range. So you got the people that are like, hey, we love theme parks, so they go to theme parks and they hang out, or we love a movie, so they watch those movies, and that's what they do. You got people like me. You've been here, you know, I have more than one wand. I have more than one sword. I have more than one of this or that or the other. I like a lot of different things. However, even though I like to go to Universal as much as I do, even though I like all the stuff they do, I can live without it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm not there right now. I'm still good, okay? However, you have people, and I had a coworker before he retired. Understand what I said? You understand the age that comes with retirement, right?
Yeah.
before he retired, that him and his wife, their entire existence revolved around the next time they could get to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to the Disney Princess tea parties and stuff, and we're not talking about, oh, let me take my grandkids. No, I'm going to go have tea with Belle. Bitch, you 60 years old. That's kind of creepy, you old fuck.
Yeah, so...
Like, you know, so, and when I say that his world revolved around this shit, understand, he would make a trip, they would take the trip, he'd come back to work. The day he was back at work, he's already texting with his wife, and they are making plans for the next one, what they're going to wear, where they're going to stay, how they're going to eat, what special events they're going to do. I'm like, bitch, you ain't even come back and recovered from the last trip. Okay, now, will I say that we're not guilty of that? Me and Stealthy have done that maybe twice. Okay, where we went and we really want to go back to be fair and transparent, that is what's happening next weekend. We went, we spent a day, we realized, hey, this wasn't enough for this new area. We really want to see more of it.
Yeah.
So we instantly started planning for a second trip. However, that is not the same as when you've had season passes for 30 fucking years. You've been to every ride, tea party, special event, photo op, everything they got, and you come back and you're still doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm doing this because this is new, and I didn't get to see everything last. However, check with me next year, and I'll tell you, yeah, it was great. I don't know when I'm going to go again. I'll have to figure out when the money's right. These people don't do that. These people go, there is no such thing as money not being right. I must have Disney. Okay? Yeah. It is a drug. I gotta have it. It's like having crack or something, you know? I'm starting to get the shakes. I've been gone from the palace for 5 days. Oh my God. The hell?
Okay, so like, and I was getting a little heated during this conversation. Not with my wife, but with the person. With their statement. Their statement to the person was like, that, you know, like Harry Potter. It's like, that's a kid's book. That's a kid's story.
Okay, so I find that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, wait. So like, okay. So my thoughts was, so when you're a kid, you grew up with a hobby, or grew up with a thing, and you grew up, right? And you grew up on this thing. You enjoyed that thing. And now that you're older, you're no longer allowed to enjoy that thing. And I was just, in my mind, we go from one sense of extreme to another sense of extreme. And I'm going, okay, so Harry Potter is now out of your thing, right? And that's an extreme if you're wearing all like Harry Potter every time, every day, Harry Potter this, Harry Potter that. And every time you talk about something with somebody, it's always about Harry Potter. You're making a theme your personality. It's like me if I was only talking about One Punch Man. That's only thing I talk about is One Punch Man. Every time me and you would converse, One Punch Man. Anytime you see me, I would be wearing One Punch merchandise. Anytime you come to my house, it'd be One Punch merchandise everywhere. And I'm going,
so
okay. What?
I'm going to make a point, okay, to those people that say, you're a grown person, that's not okay. See this? You see it. Look at it close. This is 40-something years. Guess what, bitches?
Still rocking.
I don't give a fuck. I'm still rocking. You want me to tell you why? Because this grown-ass man gets up every fucking day. And I go my ass to a grown-ass job, and I make money. And I pay bills and support my family. That extra money, I can do what the fuck I want to with.
Yeah.
I don't care if you think it's a 5-year-old thing, a 6-year-old thing. You know what that is? That is you being locked into an old stereotypical mindset of saying, once I was a child, then I became a man. Bitch, I will die a child.
See, I could be a man.
If that's what it takes.
Yeah, I could be a man with men like priorities, men like rules, men like living, but yet still have a childlike whimsy.
Yeah, I mean, look at. I mean, it's like you can go as granular as 3D printing. Okay, we go that granular. People say, for the most part, a lot of 3D printing that's not in major manufacturing is a childlike thing. Because you're making figurines, you're making lights, you're making little cool signs. And you know what? I'm not fucking bothering you.
Yeah.
I grew up and didn't have any of that shit. I wasn't even able to buy 90% of the shit that I own and have collected until I was in my 30s.
Yeah, I would die to have this stuff when I was a kid. Die!
So I'm going to tell you now that if that's the case, then for me, I was born a man, had man-like tendencies, and found my childhood when I got older. If you don't like it,
Right there with you.
fuck it.
Yeah. So
You know?
I was like, okay, so we got this one side of extreme that is totally not acceptable. But there's another side of the extreme that's totally acceptable. But it's the same like vein. And that is football. Football is totally accepted. You can have football merchandise everywhere. You can have cards. You can have jerseys, footballs. You can talk about football all you want. Have football signs, football this, that, and other. And I know somebody, my stepdad was a heavily football player. But you know what he was focused on? The Saints. And only the Saints. And he had a lot of Saints merchandise. He could have if he wanted to, but he had a lot of it. He had themes of Saints, Saint merchandise in certain rooms of the house. So this guy was an avid football player. That's acceptable. I'm like, okay, what's the other side of the extreme? Gucci, Britannia, women clothing of certain brands that are heavily, all they wear is that rich stuff.
We can go further than that. We can go further than that. There are people walk through their house and look at their appliances. Every fucking thing is Samsung. Everything is LG. Everything is GE. Why do you do that? Because that's what I want. Okay? But a grown-ass man shouldn't give a fuck as long as it works, right?
Yeah.
No. That's different. That's different. No, fuck, it's not. It's not different.
Yeah, but I was just saying, for clothing, people like that, they talk about is their clothing. Like that's all they wear. That's all they show it off. It's a bit of like almost a branding. It's pretty much who they are. Is this one central focus of branding? And every time you talk to them, it's that. It's like that branding of clothes. Right. And then football teams. Right. All they talk about is that football team. That's all they talk about. It's like I knew several guys in my old job. Every time I go up to them, first thing they talk about football games. They knew I didn't care one lick about their football team or about football. What they talk about every time I went with them? Football.
Football.
I don't care, bro. I don't come up to you and go anime because there's so many of them. I don't have one to talk about. I have a lot of them. And I'm not going to talk about Outlaw Star. I'm going to talk about everything that's going on in anime. So anime is not my life, nor mangas, because I don't have one manga that I talk about. But you best believe football players, brand loyalty, people that are certain, like you, certain brands, they're loyal to the end. And every time you go up to them, that's what they talk about. And it's like, what's the difference between football and brand loyalty and clothes and Harry Potter? It's the same. We just go, this is mature and this is for kids. Why? What to extreme do we need to go in order to make it one's acceptable and what's not acceptable? Kids love fashion when they're young.
It's a majority thing, right? And it fluctuates. So, like right now, Harry Potter will be immature and it's a kid thing. 10 years from now, Harry Potter will be retro, adult-centered, and everybody will love it, and it'll be acceptable, and something else will be.
Good point. Good point.
It's all about the generation. So, like, the generation that comes before us, they see Harry Potter, and they think child. And the reason they think child is because when they were growing up, the shows that they were allowed to watch and they were allowed to see and stuff wasn't that way. Okay? Now, you fast forward and you put our generation in that spot, we're not going to say Harry Potter's child because we grew up with Harry Potter. Harry Potter, to us, is for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But we may look at something else and go, what the fuck is that? That's so childish. It's going to change. And it's all because of perception and how you came up, how you grew up, what you perceive to be child and not. Just like, for example, you remember when rubber duckies were all child, right? It's all about the children. Now these little fuckers are on Jeep commercials.
Yeah.
Okay? And they're not considered child anymore. They're considered adult advertising tool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, it's also like people that love Back to the Future. That movie was meant for kids. There's plenty of those that love Back to the Future, and make themes in their house of Back to the Future. And I was like, okay, like you can. What if so? Like you go to someone's house and you go to their front door, and a picture of a woman shows up on the thing, and then you hear some words, you know, like password, and you have to say the password into the house, and you get into their house, and it looks like Hogwarts. I'm like, that's extreme. That's like that guy's going a little too far. But if you have little knickknacks here and there, that's fine.
At the same time, I'm not gonna fault somebody for having the money to have their home look the way they want it.
Mm-hmm.
It is their fucking home.
Yeah.
If I wanted to make this fucking house that I'm sitting in right now look like a castle from King Arthur's court, there's a lot of people that's gonna say, "Oh, that's so fucking childish. That's so stupid." You know what I'm gonna say? I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's irksome because these people, you say they're childish. That's fine. But when you think about it, is it really childish? Because that's an adult person that went to an adult job, made adult money, and was able to manage it well enough as an adult to accomplish that. So is it childish? Is it really?
Yeah, and then saying the other extreme would be, we got the themes of someone's house being Harry Potter. Like, okay, what about the people that have a theme of a dive bar or sports bar in their house? Look, it has like the bar, the nozzles, the drink kegs, the big screen TVs. I'm like, that's the same. That's the same to me, bro. It looks the same. Like you can.
I have went to executives' houses of multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar companies, and their entire back area where their pool is fucking tiki themed from Costco or wherever the fuck. Because guess what? They want to drink there when they drink.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that's okay, but having a bedroom that looks like a castle isn't? That is some nitpicky ass bullshit, because both of you had to do the same things to be able to do that. You had to manage shit, make shit, do shit, adult shit to make it happen.
Yeah. And
the only reason it's childish is because it appears childish.
Yeah.
But you're not looking at all the work that was an adult behind making it look that way.
Yeah. And then we got the other side of the scale. We got like rooms that look like, you know, gothic, emo princess rooms. That's not really always appropriate. But then we have like rooms that are full of like.
Oh my, that ain't appropriate. Hell, that's where I go when I go to sleep at night. I mean, sorry.
then we got like the high fabric Gucci bed sheets and pillows and curtains and like in the whole room it looks like a princess, like a little, I don't want to say princess, but like a whole makeup gala, whatever you want to call it. And like that's an extreme, that's crazy, but that's completely fine for a woman. But like if somebody wants to do goth and like emo, kind of dark and gritty, that's not like, there's just some extremes that I just don't see why one is okay and one's not. But
I'm just saying now, be glad you never seen my room when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, if that was childish, I was a childish bitch. I had posters of movies and musicians that I loved. I had fucking figurines, candles. I didn't have any of this really expensive nice shit like that cane I showed because I couldn't afford it.
Mm.
But I had all the knockoff shit that looked close, you know.
My room was pretty. Of course, my memory could be faded, but my rooms, I remember they were pretty bland. And this is just the times and the money we were going through in our lives. I didn't have the fortune or the means to get the things I like to dress up my rooms when I was kids. But that
was the thing. That was the thing. When I was a kid, we didn't have the money either. What I literally did was I went and made what I want.
Mm.
So like I seen something cool in the store and I'm like, I think I can make that. I would go home and look for scrap pieces of material, whatever I could fucking find. I'd make it.
Yeah.
Not because I had money. It's because I really wanted it and I figured out how to fucking do it. Which is kind of why I do 3D printing. I don't have a shitload of money, but I know where there's a model at and I can make this bitch.
Yeah. So So yeah, I don't like when people. I don't want people to ever make one thing as their personality, and like that's all they talk about. All they think about. That's all you can communicate and everything about their life. There's a point of extreme for everything that makes it
Right.
everything too much.
Well, Stealthy gets tickled at me because we were talking one time. She's like, yeah, one day when you die, the fucker that has to get up there and read what your interest was is going to cuss you because you don't have that one thing. You have every fucking thing.
Mhm.
Like, we're going to have a shorthand synopsized version of this shit.
Shit. Person to be coming out with one of those scrolls and then throwing it down the aisle between everybody and going, get comfortable.
This is just the scroll of his interest. Here's the scroll of what he thinks of all of you.
Yeah, that was scroll one.
I'm going to be that asshole. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I love most of the people I know to death.
Yeah.
But there are things that aggravate me, even about the people I love the most.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you, when I die, the fucker that has to read what I leave behind, he's going to hate me. Because I'm letting it all out, baby. I'm airing all over. What the fuck you going to do, bitch? I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, all the
And
greens,
that
like,
point,
you're going to have date
everything's
timestamps.
coming out. Like, I'm gonna have that shit on there. Like, Billy, I love you. You were a great friend, but you fucked up when you cheated on your wife on October the 10th of 2023. And I know that Cheryl, I know you're here, but you might want to run because Jessie does tote a gun in her purse. I'm gonna lay that shit out.
All the
air it out
secrets
because
you promise to keep. Fuck it now.
I'm dead. What you gonna do? Kill me again?
Yeah. So.
Fuck.
So yeah, if anybody out there ever tells you that you're too old for something and you have a lot of it, tell them where they can stick it or they can suck it. Because either way, as long as you don't make it everything about your life and let that control your life and be your life and become your personality, like some people become their personality, I think you can enjoy it without anyone ever telling you what to do. Have fun in life, okay?
I mean, yeah, don't let other people
Dictate.
dissuade you. I seen a video that my wife showed me of a judge, and he made this point very evident because the young lady that was in the court was saying how because of her living situation and because of her monetary situation, she could see the judgment from other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man picked up a phone, made a phone call, got her a job and a place to stay, and looked her dead in her eyes, and she said, now, he said, you know what you could do? Think about it like this. Plain and simple. Are they feeding you? Are they clothing you? Are they paying for your room and board? Are they helping you in any way? If the answer is no, your answer should always be to their judgment, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can judge someone, but not be willing to help someone, it's worthless.
Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, that's it for this week. No D&D tonight because if you haven't already know, D&D has been moved to Wednesday. This past D&D has already been put up. Don't get too comfortable because soon the D&D, everything D&D related, and even some VODs that I had to re-upload or not upload. I had to upload because it didn't load to YouTube. Will be put up on there and moved to all its own channels. So with all the anime, manga, figurine going to another channel. All gameplay going to another channel. So if you're one of those people that are here for the podcast, you're in the right place. Keep on staying tuned. There'll be plenty more to come, unless we don't see more people showing up. So be sure to hit the like button. Go ahead right now, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification. And as always, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Mouse.